What's up? Welcome to Team Fortress TV. We're back. We're here with the ETF2L Season 29 Division 2 Grand Finals. I am your caster, one of your casters, HiipFire. I also have my co-caster here, DuMmTm.
Hello.
We also have gemm, doing all the video work, the production. Shoutouts to that boy. But here we are. We're watching Lego versus Wonderland today. It's a bit of a weird little matchup here that we got going on. We have like an off-classing Prem team versus uh, a Polish team. It's quite interesting. How are you feeling about these two teams right now, Dom?
Both teams have great chances to take this, in my opinion. They have a pretty strong, respectively, doing well so far in their specific Div 2 divisions. And yeah, Lego had a little bit drama going on with off-classing, but they still won the, what was it, first round playoffs match, I think, or whatever it was, when they were back on the classes they were supposed to play. So actions have been taken, and they managed to get in here with the classes they signed up for in the season anyway. So they're here, and we are not sure who plays what yet, because that is like a little bit up in the air. But we see Firmzilla and Domo not rostered, but marking today on the soldier classes Zapu, and usually it's Condom, but I can't see him here yet. So those would be the scouts, but D-Bull is here on scout right now, and Zed is still in spec with Dr. Phil being the medic for Lego.
It's a bit interesting. I mean, the off classes obviously are quite weird. I mean, there's multiple people who are playing on classes that they haven't really played ever on a high level. I would say only Phil is the one who's like quote unquote on classing. I mean, he technically I think played like 1 or 2 seasons of Prem on Medic. I think.
He also played the season in high on Medic, I'm pretty sure, recently enough.
I think he played. Oh yeah, I think Phil played Medic on that roster of Lego where they play with Domo and Demo. So I think he has played it before, but all the other players are playing weird classes. Like I think Permzilla obviously has played Medic before, and I think he played Scout before when he played on. I want to say it was Did I Stutter? Perhaps I'm not really sure which team it was, but I know he has played Scout before. But Solely, I think Demul though. That's quite interesting because Demul has played a lot of classes in Prem before, so he's gonna be like playing Sky. He's gonna be relatively comfortable on that.
So basically, he's gonna be playing Sniper.
I mean, hey, Demul Sniper is gonna put the fear in every man's heart.
You say that like the Polish snipers don't have anything going for them, because from the little bit arguably that I've seen, they have really great potential.
Oh, most definitely. And yeah, to quickly go over the Polish team, the Wonderland roster we got going on here. We got Siki and Zinner on scouts. We have Keski on roamer, and he's also on spot or sniper here in the pregame, so he's already practicing his snipes. And then we got the pocket, which is Wanzu. We got the demo Chichi or Cha-Cha. Apparently is how you pronounce it. And then we have Zarker on medic, which it's a cool. I haven't really made it a very big secret that I'm a really big fan of these like national teams that like play, speak their native language in a game. So I'm personally very interested to see how this team will do. As you said, the team, I mean, has pretty decent potential. Some of the players on this team are pretty known like players before. I think Wanzu is like one of them that are very recognizable names. But yeah, it's very interesting to talk about how Wonderland got to this point. Is that so just like Lego, they got through the season. They didn't get the first place spot, so they had to go through quarters, into semifinals, into the finals. They beat Garda Panteri in the quarterfinals.
I actually watched that game.
Yeah, and then they had to play against a team Coolest Master that was playing with a Soldier Merc, and they won that game as well. To shout to Twiku.
If only his soldier was as good as his coding.
Yeah, and I would say that they got probably the easier route through the playoffs. Lego had to play against both Team, the amazingly called Team, and MKCat. And MKCat was like the team that I was thinking was gonna win the entire season, if Lego wasn't the one to take it. So like Lego had to go through what I feel are like probably the stronger teams within the two Div 2 groups, while Wonderland got to play against a team that would have been decent, but yeah, they didn't have a roamer, their normal roamer, and then they had to play against Garda, which, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't really that team kind of just I feel like that team made playoffs more because the other teams that should have made playoffs in this
DuMmTm
group all
was a beautiful
folded.
thing to watch.
They folded
That's
like
for sure.
that group had like 3 teams that folded. Like it was quite interesting. There was like a Russian team in the group where Garda was in that I was like really excited about. That was like Dima. What was it? It was Alone in Hell, and it had Boshi. I think um DQZ and Fees played in that, and I was like, oh, this team is gonna go and own and make playoffs. But they folded after like week 4, and and then everyone got removed from the roster. It was very interesting. So,
Well,
yeah,
the one thing that I do know about how these Polish guys will be playing is that they play like the most pocket tank heavy soldier gameplay that I've seen in a long while. Like, constant takes all the heals basically. So that's uncommon to see these days, but they pull it off relatively successfully so far. And I'll be curious to see how it stacks up with Legos and their experience.
Hey, if it works, it works. But it seems like we're gonna be starting soon. So, do you want to give yourself or give the people a prediction on how you think this map is gonna go?
Ooh, I say I'm gonna snipe you with the Polish prediction. So I say the Polish squad will win, but it will be close 3-2.
Oh, how could you do this to me? I don't want to cheer against the Poles. I'm kind of partial. Just I really want to see the Poles win, but I mean, Lego's also a cool team. Like both of these teams have a cool little identity to themselves. One is the Polish team, and one is Lego, the team that we.
Danish team.
I mean, this is not really Danish. There's 2 Danes in this game. There are more.
Yeah, but look at the in-game check. There's a Danish flag.
I mean, I guess, but there's the same amount of Brits in this game as there are Danes. But I would say with Demul on classing and Phil playing medic, I feel like Lego's gonna have a decent kind of chance going into this. And I feel like it's gonna be, as you said, quite close. I do think Lego's gonna edge it out though in a 3-2. So we'll see how that works out as both teams have readied up. We're gonna be going into the first mid. And let's see what's gonna be happening. Sicky gonna do that little spy checking in the spawn as well, making sure there's no off-class shenanigans on the side of Lego. None to be seen. The rollouts for the demos have finished. Cha-Cha and Zen both trying to get some stickies off, but the scouts from Wonderland just immediately collapse onto Zenith. They find that early frag, and some more soldier aggression and just a great aggression over the point from the Polish players gets most of the Lego players down, but they in the end lose their medic. It's Demul versus Wanzu and Cha-Cha, and he's trying to win this. He's on 14 HP. He's in the end, he craters, and that's a mid for Wonderland.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Really great start with the aggression, just throwing 2 people from the right side onto enemy side and the scout from the left side. Really early, great collapse, getting 3 picks in total. But obviously after that the defense kind of lagged. They lost people, they lost their medic, most importantly, making this a whole lot worse. Not terrible, they still got it, and they got Phil in turn as well, meaning it's even Ubers but nobody will have, so they won't go anywhere, but they still want it. They can just sit back, build Uber, and are now forced to figure out how to approach this stalemate.
It'll be interesting how both these teams will go. I feel like, yeah, I was about to say it, the Demul sniper will probably be coming in, and he has gone into spawn. He's on sniper already. The Poles, they're still building their Uber up, and they're a bit further away from their own spawn door, so they might not elect to go for that sniper. They're gonna have to respond to how Demul where he wishes to go. Domo actually goes down before all of this happens, though. Zinner and Sicky double teaming Domo, find that frag. And the trade is coming through. Sicky's gonna get dropped in this Uber trade, though. And Zarka can't save his pocket Wanzu at all, so Wanzu just dies alone on second. Keski is in top of Lego, though. And Zinner as well. Yeah, Domo's in a 1v1 with the soldier. Keski's going to win that. DuMmTm is going to try to clean him up, but DuMmTm can't hit the shots. And a scout, Zinner, is going to try to chase him down as well. This is really awkward for Lego with this big fight coming in. Zinner just gets a great W into Dr. Phil. He finds one shot, but that's the only thing he's going to get. The rest from Wonderland are going to collapse through choke, and everyone goes down. The spawner from Domo is now he's just sitting there on last, building a sentry, wondering what just happened.
Yeah, that was huge by Keski, just buying this team so much time, and had the ability to just come back and clean. Everybody was distracted on Lego. Huge collapse, and they probably opts to wait here for the Uber, but they can't afford to. They have this huge ad that they're just going to build up really quickly. They have to go through quite a bit of defense at that point. Domo already the NG, they have the Zap who heavy. No, Domo decides to switch off back to Soldier. So no sentry gun, just heavy and pyro, which isn't too bad, but sentry would have helped. But no, it went down once. He can try again, and here comes the Uber charge.
Yeah, the Uber coming through stage, straight through Shutter. They're going to immediately play on the point with no frags just yet, with the Lego players going onto the point and everybody going down. That's a really quick Uber advantage push from Wonderland.
It all started with that really great play in behind from Keski, just doing so much work for his team. And off of that, they get the first round on the board here.
1-0. It's a very quick start. It's only been 3.5 minutes, and Lego already down around. Polls looking quite good right now on the first map. Let's see if they can replicate the success on the second mid. Keski with a really fast rollout tries to help out his demo to not get rushed this time, but his scouts doing quite decent right now. Domo's on the ground though, ready to bomb in, but Wanzu jumps in first, and Keski with the little flank play also coming into choke as well, and just most of the combos gone. It's just Seppu against 3. Seppu can't even get a single frag, and that's going to be another mid for Wonderland.
Yeah, and it's kind of reminiscent of how the first bit went again. Like, the aggression from the Polish players is really great coordinated. They had Keski behind and the collapse coming forward from Bonsu and the scout, I think. But at the same time, there was just a single scout with the medic and 2 people were jumping Zaka there at the same time. He could protect himself a little bit, but not for long enough. He goes down as well. They still have the ability to cap mid and see what possible in a second, but spawners are coming up, and then it's hitting some nice pipes, 2 of them in a row. Takes down Chacha to protect second for his team, but at the same time, Zaka switch up to crit, but it doesn't matter. Domo behind just walks in there, kills 2 people, Matt down, 5 down in total, and the last one up is Keski, again behind lines.
Keski's just been behind the entire time, and I don't think the combo from Wonderland really knew that, because they just got completely flanked. They did not realize they really had no flank to speak of. Keski is going for the little spawn camp on Zenith there, but yeah, Lego is going to be capping up the second point. There is a presence from Wonderland within their lobby area. They have Sicky trying to just take some pot shots, see if he can get any lucky little headshots, but there's nothing he can really hit. Chacha actually bombs in, and Wanzu as well, trying to maybe get onto Dr. Phil. He is quite weak. Sicky goes for the wide peek, 60 HP. Dr. Phil, he gets 1 body shot, but Phil survives on 10 HP. The only player from Wonderland still alive is Zarker. He's going to go back, meet up with his spawning players, but Lego with the Uber advantage are going to be coming in soon. Seppu dies very early into this push though. Now the rest of Lego comes in. The Uber not yet up, but they're trying to get some frags, but Chacha finds 2 frags of his own. Permzilla finds the demo frag as a response, but Perm goes down on the point, and it's just Phil and DuMmTm. They did hold on to that Uber, but Wonderland's going to be pushing on out.
Yeah, they misplayed that a little bit on second to the point where there was enough numbers for Lego to have an easy time coming in, but Chacha stepped up big time, protected that for his team. Lego has the Uber charge still though, and they want to pop this in really aggressively here with a sniper as well on their team. And an exchange has been had. Lego just sees themselves out, but they can't quite escape the pyro, and Bonsu keeps it up for his teammates.
Did not seem like Lego had as much ad as they thought they had. A bit of a sack wave coming in. Permzilla and Seppu both trying to get onto Zarker. Both of them getting denied by the Sicky Pyro right now, and Big Door denying all the bombs. Lego has no presence on mid anymore. The scouts, actually the demo is going to be capping up the point right now. Chacha just sitting there waiting for his scout to spawn, but Zinner is slowly getting there. So the cap's now in for Wonderland. They have the Uber ad, and they're going to be building it up, while Lego is already out of this second point. They're not really holding anywhere. They're just sitting on top, kind of hoping that maybe Permzilla or DuMmTm can get the force in. And Wonderland will be moving on through choke. It appears now they're going to go through Big Third. They're taking their time. Zinner actually catches off the mole, so the sniper force is gone. Soldiers are trying to jump in, but a combination of Reflect and Cha-Cha sticks will just take out Seppu and Zenith.
Keski is with
Oh, Keski with the flank!
No, he beats, but there's still people on last already. He was get forced anyways.
Oh, this is an interesting trade, a demo pyro trade. Actually, Cha-Cha just walks out, and Siki and Zarker want to trade this and get some frags on last, but there's not much they can do. Siki just gets a frag of his own anyway. He finds Primzilla in main, but Zarker not getting chased down by a scout into lobby. Quite interesting gameplay right now. Domo and Bigdor fights Zinner. Some more frags being had, and Cha actually gets 2 frags. Keski with a medic. Moving on through lobby, they find a demo frag. It's a little bit of an ulti duo, a little standoff here. It could be Keski Zarker versus Primzilla Dr. Phil, but Bulls, they might not want to be pushing in. They have Siki on Spy though. He's sitting in secret. Keski's gonna go for the sack onto Dr. Phil. Doesn't really work out. No, Lego's gonna be pushing out, but Siki on that Spy. He's sitting by the point. Wants to try and find that med frag, but for now, we're just gonna have to wait.
I think that was all the second, but Keski was fought either to get them in a position where he can back up or just get an easy step, but Lego well positioned, not really taking a risk here.
Yeah, Siki's just sitting on last. He's just gonna be waiting. Lego with 6 players on last as well. They're just gonna be holding. So for now, it's just a bit of a stalemate. But Siki already in position. And it does not seem like Lego's quite aware that this spy play is actually going on. But Dumul has gone on Pyro. If he's a good Pyro main, he will check for spies. But it seems like he wants to actually push into lobby. So it's not going to be of too much use to the medic.
Yeah, and Siki is just
I think this
waiting
is
forever.
Siki's just sitting on this right platform. He hasn't even moved. Oh, there it is. Dumul spy checking. This is not looking good for Siki.
Well, I mean, at this point, they haven't done anything for a solid minute. Nothing has even peaked into last forever now. So it's kind of getting suspicious territory. The only other option of class there would be is a sniper outside, just waiting for them to push. But they haven't done anything to make Lego push in the first place. So checking for spy is a pretty rational response here.
Yeah, I think Siki's play has been compromised. I think Domo has checked it. Oh, but Zenith, he goes down in Shutter. So now a demo down for Lego. Wonderland wants to try and trade this. They're trying to move on through the Shutter area. They eventually get the pop off. They get into lobby very quickly, but Primzilla wants to take this Uber very aggressively into lobby. He doesn't really get any frags, but the flank from Lego finds 2 frags. But now Cha-Cha with the response frags, and Wanzu as well. They're just trying to collapse on from this balcony area. They're not really finding enough frags though. And in the end, they're gonna basically get wiped. Zinner's the only one still alive. He's gonna be in lobby, going for a little bit of a hide play. And Lego pushing out of last, it seems. But Keski trying to contest second. Zinner finding Seppu as well. If Keski wins this 1v1, that can be quite key for Wonderland. There it is. He does go down. Wonderland, they claim control of this.
Yeah, and Siki snapping as well, just putting up such a threat, body moving into his sideline. So no push out of last for Lego. Surprisingly enough, Keski kind of saved this for his team quite a bit. And it's pretty much a reset to before the Uber exchange, both teams on pretty much even Ubers. Both teams now sniping as the off-class of choice. Just seeing what they can get this way. Zaka far back, building in safety, so no risk being taken. Lego obviously don't have that much of a luxury to play safe here. They just can't at best. They can at best just walk into spawn, but at that point they make an entry for the enemy team easier. So yeah, just sitting on last is the motto now.
Seems like Wall has gone down. Means that there's a little bit of area for Wonderland to try and actually they're just gonna go for a push. They're gonna go for another trade through Shutter. Last time it didn't go that badly, but this time Stickies are gonna be launching and separating the combo, the medic with his pocket soldier. But Wanzu is just on the point. The chase from the combo from Lego causes nobody really to be in position to block the point. And Wonderland, they cap up the point and go up 2-0.
Yeah, crucial misplay for Lego, just costing them this entire round. Wonderland now 2 rounds up. They're looking really strong. The Wits have been going so far really well for them, apart from protecting the medic, which they continuously lost, which obviously slows them down every time on their way to last now.
see if it works out for them this time. An aggressive bomb from Domo into Wonderland's choke. Gets a lot of damage, but not much cleanup. A lot of players from Lego, it's stuck in Victor, and they get classed upon by Zinner and Wanzu. Some stickies from Chacha also getting some frags, but Permzilla and Zen are in. They want to try and get their own little bomb onto the combo. They get the Med down, the Solly down. It's now Keski, Zinner versus Permzilla, Zenith. And well, Zen goes down. Permzilla is jumping across the point with like 10 HP. He gets cleaned up as well. And Wonderland, they're capping at the point right.
They're coming in already.
Scary. And Zenner is forced to get away. And Keski's on top of the point, but he can't really deal with the heals from Lego. Wonderland wants to contest this again. Wanzu, Siki, Zinner, they're all trying to get through Big Door right now, but they're just getting spammed down. Lego doing a good job of denying any space from Wonderland. And Lego, in the end, after about 2 minutes, have capped at the midpoint.
Yeah, this is exactly how just losing your mana continuously on these good fights can backfire. And Lego wants to keep going with what they have. Sepu overextend, dies early. Zen as well, they get a frag of the Sticky in return, but how much is that really worth now? Little soldier fight here in choke, and in the end, Permzilla wins it just barely. That's another pick for them, 2 down each. And Demo just commits in through choke, but he's completely left alone.
Well, it seems like Wonderland doesn't really want to commit their hold all the way into choke, so Demo actually is just completely safe by that little rock formation by choke. And now Lego and Wonderland are going to be trading the Ubers off, but Lego, their Uber's a little bit better, and Wonderland's combo is actually in a little bit too far, it seems. Permzilla's going to be jumping in, try to get the initial damage in, and Seppu gets to clean up onto that demo as well. Mo eventually loses his life, but Zen finds a pipe onto Siki. A bomb from Keski. Oh, Don with the flank as well, yes. But the players from Wonderland are now quite weak. Wanzu and Zinner both on double-digit HP. Wanzu goes down. Zinner is trying to get out. A rocket from Permzilla will not land and find its target. It seems like with the heal advantage, Lego is going to be moving up into last. Permzilla jumping through Domo as well. Phil's going to be waiting for his scout to meet up. It seems like the Solids are actually just going to be sacking. That's what the plan is, but they go into the point. They don't really get many frags. They get an NG pick, which is great, I guess.
Well,
but
I mean, it's actually probably a bit more significant than you make it out to be, because the sentry obviously can't be built anymore until the point where he spawns, which is the same time as Dr. Phil is arriving at his Uber charge. So bye-bye sentry gun, pretty much. So while it probably was supposed to be just a non-Uber push out of the fact that there was just 3 people up, the Pyro just denied it for too long, and the Polish people could hold onto it for at least a little bit longer. The question is Lego fast enough to do anything off a disadvantage?
Going through main right now with a scout and a demo, but Siki's Pyro is ready to deny anything, but Zarker takes a really big rocket and goes really weak in the scouts. From Lego are just on the point. Seppu and Demol just cap that point up, and in a really quick full Uber advantage push, Lego gets their first round on the board.
Yeah, sometimes it's just that easy when you have the advantage in your hands, and with that Lego a little bit back in the game, half-time pretty much exactly, and Lego finally gets the first round on the board, and they need them off of the 2-round deficit they had. And 2 Polish people are just going aggressive enemy side like on the first bit, instantly take down Zen and see what they can get from there.
Well, it seems like they've already gotten 2 frags. Seppu going down, no demo for Lego either. Scouts capping the point. Wonderland wants to try and roll this right now. They have a demo on the Wanzu, very aggressive on top, trying to just deny any contesting from the Lego combo from top. They're forced to back off. Wonderland gets sec. They're trying to roll this through, but Zinner going down in lobby might put a stop to that. Siki with a really big chase onto Permzilla. Domo in balcony, just really aggressive play from both teams. Soldiers being traded out, but in the end, Wonderland has 3 players. Lego has 4. And Wonderland is actually putting Keski in River. He's in a 1v1 against Seppu, wins it. There's no one else from Lego on last. There is a Permzilla spawner and a Zen who's trying to protect. Oh, he goes down. There's no demo for Lego. Keski tries to jump in, gets airshot by Permzilla, but Zenner's going to play the point. The Uber trade has been engaged here from Wonderland and Lego, but the Uber's so much better from Lego, and they just find all these low ground Wonderland players. Wanzu with a 2K in River though. But there's 4 players from Lego left. He can try and clean up. He's gonna maybe find Zenith here. But that's the only thing he gets. He gets to 3K, but Lego still pushing out onto second. But there are 4 spawners from Wonderland trying to contest again. Keski in. It's a lot of damage onto Phil. The rest from Lego seem to have control of the second point. There is a spy play going on. Sicky just backhapping.
To go behind as well, just throwing.
Good attempt
on the flank, and eventually
Wanzu
to get onto the medic.
Oh, Wanzu with the 2K. Lego was not ready for that bomb, and then the cleanup from Zinner as well. 3 players down, 4 players actually for Lego. Wonderland now do have the full Uber ad. It seems like they don't really want to be pushing yet, but it's looking quite good for the polls.
Yeah, they're creating just enough chaos that Lego has no idea what's going on, but they have idea what's going on themselves, and it just works out perfectly. They just constantly have something on the flank, and Lego has to constantly be worried about it to the point where it just creates openings up in the front lines, and this guy responds to getting the medic off of it. Huge advantage now for last, and again with the pyro strategy, which is interesting. It is something that can work if you just get on the point, but that's really difficult.
Alright, I'm on the Sicky Paw. The Uber is in. He's walking straight through River. Gets no real damage, but he's not going to be reflecting players off of the point, but there's a heavy. You can't reflect that. Domo just drops onto the points, ruins any dreams from Sicky, just trying to get in front of all those Lego players. 1 frag for one, actually 2 frags for Wonderland in that entire push, and Lego are going to be pushing out.
Yeah, if you just park your pyro on the point, it's probably better to get him there from under the point instead of just flashing him over the point and basically do not much at all with your Uber charge. So yeah, 2 picks it is, and one of those was post-Uber as well. So not the greatest last push we've seen so far, and Lego greatly takes that. Didn't have to pop down Uber. Dr. Phil having his, and they can use it for mid.
They're trying to get through. Domo goes down drop down, and a bomb from Permzilla isn't really that successful. They're down 3 players. A back cap also coming in from Wonderland. Lego's trying to block that with their Uber right now. They're not actually being forced just yet. Wonderland just kind of trying to sandwich the Lego players, and now they get the force off on Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil kind of just awkwardly sitting on second. Oh, that feels so bad. He tried to reach like 2 different players, and they both just died right in front of him. Wonderland's going to be capping up the point. Fight between Domo and Keski is going to be won by Domo. Sicky's going to go with the 30 HP past the chase onto Domo. Gets that trade, but won't really mean too much as Lego retakes second, caps it up, and 20% Uber ad going into mid.
Yeah, and time again, they just find ways to start plays from the flank, and it works so good, so much for Wonderland here. In the end though, the Uber charge, or the Uber exchange wasn't good enough. They just lost players on Uber, and in the end, Darker was completely left alone, caught off guard against Den. He took him out, no heals for them on second at that point, and Lego just rolled it back from there. Now on mid, even Ubers again, and Zinner Sniper it is.
Yeah, he's just maxing, relaxing up in this forward spawn right now. He wanted to see if maybe Lego pushes through choke and then he can get a free headshot onto Phil. Instead it was Perm. He misses that headshot, and we're now in this little stalemate, but Lego wants to break it. They're going to go through, find the frag onto the roamer from Wonderland. Uber trade coming through. Permzilla goes up to get a little bit of a flank play going. And this Uber trade's going horrible for Wonderland. They've both their soldiers. Which also getting caught in big door means that it's just Sicky, Zinner, and Zarker on last. Their spawners are coming in soon, but Lego already capping off second. They're all going into last. Sicky reflecting all of these stickies from Zen though, but the perm jump onto the point is going to get a lot of time. Domo in as well. Going to focus down that soldier. All the players from Wonderland going down. It's just Cha-Cha. He's walking out of spawn, can't contest. It's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, and Lego slowly coming back into it, and the way they approach the Ubers is significantly different from Wonderland. Wonderland just like kind of tries to go in with the Ubers, see what they can get. Lego just kind of has a little bit more of a passive approach most of the times, and just wants the exchange first and then the frag second, and it just clashes pretty interestingly to the point where it's failed at the moment.
I guess he wanted to go for a little bit of a drop down play, going to Lego's side of the mid, but Lego's going to Wonderland's side of the mid, and they're not doing too great. They're getting kind of destroyed right now, but a bit of chaos in the Wonderland's ranks. It means that nobody's really linked up with Zarker. He's trying to heal his players, but Siki goes down without any heals. Keski trying to force Zen out of Big Door, but a soldier bombs onto him. Keski manages to barely survive, but the players from Wonderland are just so weak. Perm goes down on the point. A Demo Soldier versus a Scout and Demo. Who will win? Well, it seems like the Scout and Demo are doing a good job right now as Keski goes down. Some spawners from both teams coming in, but the Uber is going to be popped by Zarker. They're trying to take this very aggressively. They get 3 frags with 2 frags for Lego as well, but Phil, key frag here, the one that goes down to no heals. Oh, but Zarker! Yep. And then the cleanup needs to come through by these scouts, or this scout from Wonderland. Siki gets that frag onto Dumul. His poles seem to be in control of this midpoint finally. And after another extremely chaotic mid, it seems like Wonderland's going to be the one to come out ahead.
Yeah, and it's still surprising that despite them just always kind of like starting to crumble in the later halves of each mid fight, and it just evolving a little bit into chaos, they still managed to turn this around this time. And given the time left on the scoreline, it's maybe not the greatest position to be in, but obviously they didn't lose it, so that's already a better start than Lego has. And Lego, in order to roll this back, put Demo onto Sniper. Have we seen them snipe this game before? Well, a little bit, I think, on last, but not much, especially outside of that. So now is the time for him to really show off what he can do.
Yeah, there was one time in, I think, the first stalemate where he sniped, and it didn't last too long, so we need to see him, finally show up. I haven't actually noticed this until right now, but Demo has been playing with 100+ ping this entire game. So, well, the 100 ping sniper, I've seen Highlander snipers from like NA do really well on high ping. So clearly
Demo with 100 ping too well before.
Yeah, you know.
He's more or less used to it at this point, I think.
I mean, this is some of that French routing sometimes doesn't really quite work out, but this is for routing, this is quite an interesting game with all the nationalities. But Demol gets a headshot onto Keski. Doesn't find the frag, but he gets a lot of space in Victor to go for a wide peek. Sees Cha-Cha, gets the body shot onto Cha-Cha. He goes down, gets a shot onto Zarker, but doesn't actually land the headshot. Ooh, a great headshot onto Keski, though. 1 HP. Zinner also quite weak. So much space for just the combo from Lego to peek Big Door. A trade comes through into choke from the Wonderland players, and they get some good frags, but a great headshot completely destroys Wanzu and Domo, also finding Siki as well. Zarker's trying to desperately leave through Victor, but he's getting chased down. Domo with the direct, Seppu with the cleanup on the roamer, and Lego is on mid.
You gotta wonder what was the great idea behind popping through choke there when clearly the whole combo with the sniper was positioned in Victor. There was just not much to get, even though they did get like the 1 or 2 people that were there. But the whole combo was just in the entire different area at that point. And Demon is still hitting the shots. Hit one for the entry pick, still hitting some now. This time Zinner as the target. Winning the sniper fight gives them easy access to second. They're still on top a little bit, but quickly realizing it's not looking too well. They're backing off. Just sitting in lobby, not wanting to give up all the space, but given the Uber situation, they might have to soon enough.
We'll see how long this lobby hold lasts, and it seems to be on its last legs. Everybody's leaving. Everyone's gonna sit on last. Zinner's on that NG, gonna put that sentry over on the right platform in that little corner. It won't be looking at the point, but it will do a good job of potentially launching any Ubered players or jumping players from the Lego team. The Uber's coming through onto Zen and Seppu. Sentry spotted a bit late. They eventually get the sentry down. They get the NG as well, but Demul with a big headshot onto Zarker, and now the rest of Lego collapses. They find all those frags. It's 2 players left. They can't contest the point, and Lego goes up in the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Demol Sniper doing what he does best, and it's been working really well at the moment. They won't opt for him full time though. Demo back on scout for this round, and so it's vanilla lineup for each side coming into mid fight number 6.
I wonder if it'll be just as chaotic as all the other mids. 6th mid, Keski, another really quick rollout, but he's quite weak. Cha-Cha also as well, not a good start for Wonderland. A pipe also hits both the combo, the pocket soldier and the medic, quite weak. it's just a real disconnect. But Wanzu, it doesn't matter. He has the heals. He gets Dumul. He gets Domo. Those 2 weak scouts on the side of Wonderland didn't have to do anything, and Wanzu wins the mid for Wonderland. They're moving up into second. Lego might elect to try and contest through top. They're peeking. Their spawns aren't up just yet, but they get a frag onto Zinner, and they're jumping on in. Siki quite weak. Seppu's on the chase, trying to get that cleanup frag. The Uber now being popped by Dr. Phil onto Zen and onto Seppu, but the Uber has not been popped quite yet by Wonderland. But oh no, Zarka wants to take the Uber into lobby, but he drops all his players right before he pops, and now he's just awkwardly sitting on second. He goes down, and it's a wipe for Wonderland.
Yeah, this is so big with just 2.5 minutes left. It's so little time to wrap this back around, especially off of a disadvantage like this. Lego can get second back really quickly. There's no way anything can be done about mid as well. And Lego can just play the slow game if they want to. They can also just opt to play the fast game. They have the advantage to do either of those things. And with 2 minutes, it's just absolutely done with pace from now on for the rest of this. And Zaka realizes that he goes crits, wants to surprise them. Obviously, crits builds faster, but given the situation, he won't have before Lego does.
We'll see exactly how the Poles respond to this interesting predicament that they find themselves in. Uber's almost up for Lego. Phil is just going to be buffing up his players. Going to be moving on through Choke right now. 2 soldiers above Choke for the Poles. It's only going to be Wanzu after a while. Lego actually is just going to be not pushing on this, so the crits will be up. So Chacha's going to be taking his crits quite aggressively. Keski jumps in, and Chacha with the sticks coming on through. Tries to get anything. He gets Zen and Demol. Great pipes on the Seppu. Domo Phil just... Oh, he wants to Uber those players, but they're both just dead. It's just Perm and Phil left. Chacha with the melee. Zarker even finds the saw onto Phil. Wanzu finds Permzilla. And that crits was as perfect as you wanted it to be.
I almost wanted to say it's a B if they just were staring at the Uber, but you still find pipes like this that it really doesn't matter. Completely flips this around. They need to play perfectly though now. They have 50 seconds, they have crits. So Lego is well aware of the Uber coming in, or what it's gonna be. So Sentry is being built. I see a heavy on the field as well. And they need to stop this crit as much as they can, or maybe not quite game over, but it will otherwise go to a golden cap.
30 seconds. This crits will decide if it goes to golden cap. Wanzu goes down very early. Crits being popped. Stickies coming through. Seppo goes quite weak to the crit stickies, but the scouts is on the point. There's a lot of cap time, but everyone from Wonderland tries to get onto it, and the crits is a bit of a beef. The Bull's the only one to go down for Lego. There are some spawners for Wonderland, but Lego's stacking second. It's not looking great. I think the GGs are going to be called soon. And the first map, Gully Wash, will be going in the favor of Lego. It's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, really interesting match. In the end, it came down to just unfortunately beef crits last push. Just nothing wanted to get hit by that. And Lego still able to rotate back in time, which I almost thought it was a game with that alone, just Lego not being able to get back on the point in time. But they just barely did, and saving themselves from having to go through a golden cap on this map.
I feel bad for Chacha a little bit. Like, Chacha wanted to go and crits immediately through River, but Zarker wasn't quite ready to crits him. So the first sticky that Chacha shot wasn't actually crits. And it was pretty close to, to Seppu. And if maybe, that was a crit sticky, maybe that would have splashed Seppu a lot more, maybe even hit Phil a little bit. It would have been a lot better of a crits, but, hindsight, oh well. It probably wouldn't have done enough anyway, but it's quite unfortunate, but a really close map and a really exciting map at that as well. Wonderland was in the lead for a pretty decent amount of time in that game. At the 15-minute point, it was 2-1 in their favor, but in the end, Lego win out. We can go and look at some stats, and I already see it's already the producer notices as well. The big Perm 31 kills.
Yeah, he wants to just show off that his premiership victory medals are not for nothing, even though it was a completely different class. But hey, if he's doing well on Soldier, then why not? And yeah, it's been working out really well. I want to see the heal stats, to be honest, first. Just have a quick peek at that. And we don't see the Wansu tank. We see Wansu just sitting at 25. Perm tank, on the other hand, is interesting to look at.
Barely.
How much damage did he take, though? Actually, less than Wansu too. That's interesting.
Well, hey, I mean, it worked. He barely doesn't break the 10k heal mark, but when you top damage get 31 frags, I mean, that is quite good, quite important. And I mean, I that was honestly that surprised me a lot more than I thought it would. I was thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like Zen getting a decent amount of the heals and like Seppu getting a lot as well, but I mean, perm pounded, and I mean, he took the heals and converted them into frags, into rounds, into great pushes. So good on him. All right, I'm gonna check out. I forget what the which team's map pick this is. I'm checking it right now, but let's see. There we are. Yeah, so it was Wonderland's pick for Gully. So this map, Snake is Lego's pick. Um, It's gonna be quite interesting exactly how this works out with the last map also being so close, and then this being the map pick of Lego. Perhaps will be a bit more one-sided. Perhaps this will be the classic playoff best of three thing of you win each other's map picks, and then you know you have the decider, which then will be like complete chaos. We'll see, but I mean, it's a bit interesting. I mean, you know, we just watched Gully, which is like one of the smaller 5CP maps. One of the maps that's a bit easier to roll all the way through. And on this side, we have Snake, which is one of those maps that's harder to roll, perhaps also due to, you know, one of the reasons that the last is really big. And also a lot easier to get your med out on this mid. Because on
Yeah, that's
yeah.
something that I noticed with Wonderland that just hasn't been working too well, and I feel a little bit bad for Zaka because at times you could clearly see it's not his fault, just a lack of protection at the end of mid fights, just Lego players easily jumping him after they technically already lost, but then it's kind of an even game at the end. And I think one time it even led to Lego just like walking back in with the faster spawners again and having the heals back on the field. So that's something that needs to step up like quite a bit because they won the majority of the mid fights. I think the logs say one of them they lost and everything else went Wonderland's way, but realistically it was two basically, with the one like weird loss on mid. So they have the ability to just win these mid fights, but if they would be having a Met alive after that, it would just go that much further.
Well, it's unfortunate, you know. This is just the struggle of mid fights. You know, you win them, and then you're not quite ready for the instant 6-man sack after you win the mid, and then yeah, your med dies, and it's even, and then you get put into a stalemate, and then it's just like, oh, if only we paid attention to that, you know, those jumping soldiers on mid, it would have been all different. But yeah, this is a bit of an easier mid to keep your med alive, so we'll see if maybe it'll work out a bit better for the polls this time. But we're gonna be starting soon, and you correctly predicted the last map, Dumb. So clearly you're the one on the ball. So what? Or actually, no. I predicted the map. What am I talking about? I corrected. I was correct. I'm the better analyst here. I don't even know why I have you here. I think that this map's gonna go 3-2 in the favor of the polls, and it's gonna go to a third map. What do you think?
I say 4-2, and they will create much more chaos than they did last map, because that is what like brought them into the lead in the first place. Just like this mildly controlled chaos where just a lot of stuff was happening. The flank was constantly being contested by them, and especially Kasky has really surprised me. I haven't seen too much of Wonderland. I've seen like 1 or 2 games of them this season, and he hasn't been standing out to me then, but this game he is, except for the part where he just missed his jump on rollout.
This is a really interesting rollout. I've been on his paw of this rollout. It's been a bit questionable, but he's now in kitchen. He's going to be hiding, something he's been doing on all these mids. The rest of the teams have been doing a little bit. They're just kind of doing the spam game. Domo and Keski actually just going to go into a straight up 1v1. Domo will win that. Wanzu quite weak, but Cha-Cha and Zinner find a good spam and cleanup frags here, but DuMmTm just goes and peeks straight onto Wanzu, gets him quite weak, and Zarker wants to try and get an L-spec, but Domo skips over the point, finds him. It's going to be 4v4, but there is no heals for the Poles, but they have more fragging classes. They get the first frag. Right now, it's just everyone's trying to get heals. It's a bit weird how this is being approached. Nobody really wants to touch the point. It's a bit of an isolated 1v1 between Cha-Cha and Domo that Cha-Cha wins. Then Zen wins a 1v1 against Zinner. And now Lego, with their Uber, will be taking control of the point. The Poles are going to be needing to be content with sitting on second with their currently 10%.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the same story as last map, just they wanted to just keep fighting, keep on going, and everybody was so disconnected from Zarka. Domo just was the easiest jump off his life, taking down the medic, creating disadvantage. They have no one who has something to say about that. Misses the air shot though, and Kevki also going down on flank trades, however, and Domo goes down too, so both teams losing 2 each. No demo man on Lego's part, but again, no overcharge.
The back cap, Zinner's on the point. Sicky's gonna go for the block here. Wonderland wants to go in. The Uber gets popped by Lego. And the Wonderland players need to stay alive so that Zinner can get this back cap. And they just block it just in time. Perm can't get the kills in time. Zinner back caps. The entire combo from Wonderland does go down, but Lego is now forced to go back. Zinner finds Domo as well. A bit of chaos gameplay right now as Zinner finds another frag. He's in a 1v1 against DuMmTm, which he will lose. A bit of a spawn camp going on as well in front of forward spawn. People just stop opening this door. Zarker is at 80 HP, and if they open this shutter, they might just die, and they definitely do not want to have even more disad than they have at this point already. The players are now going to be back spawning. Keski is the only one to stay in forward spawn. The old roamer hide play, but everyone knows he's there. He eventually back spawns.
Also, I know that nobody else is there since he opened the door, obviously, so they can see that.
Small brain.
And in the end, I don't think like changed much at all about the Uber situation. Lego still has the ad. Might have become smaller a little bit. Maybe even by like a somewhat significant margin, but not by a whole lot. So Lego at this point has 30% ad, and it's shrinking. So, well, it slowed them down at the very least. Lego hasn't moved in yet. They're coming in now, but the advantage is almost gone.
Going in really quickly. Seppu sees that all the players from Wonderland is going to spawn, so he goes straight into the demo, finds Zinner as well. The Uber now being popped by Wonderland. They find 2 frags straight at the start. They find Zen and Seppu. Permzilla is still in, but the Uber has now faded, and Perm trying to get onto Zarker. There's not much you can really do. The rest from Lego is going to be coming out of right side. Frags is being exchanged right now, and Keski and Zarker are the only ones left, but Zarker's calling the point. The Mole finds that frag. He's in a 1v1 against Keski, but the spawners from Wonderland are just there in time next. And Keski will straight up win that with the skill stick. And Lego, they tried, but they're back on second. They need to try and keep Phil alive because Wonderland really wants to try and get on the medic right now. They find Zen, which is 1, but the spawners from Lego are now in. Lego's in Saw. They're building that Uber. Wonderland is going to try and cap this as the Ubers aren't quite up yet, and Lego can't really contest with the position that they got. But the Mule, Sniper, he finds the Wanzu headshot, and now it's a bit more awkward for Wonderland to try and hold this. Players kind of getting really weak. Cha-Cha finds a good pipe onto Primzilla and finds a sticky kill onto Seppu as well. Just 2 players going down in soft go. Wonderland, knowing the Uber isn't just up yet, or yet up for Lego, is going to be moving into mid. Zinner just right through Kitchen before anyone else arrives. Meat shot Zen forces him out. Domo's out as well. A little bit of a fight between Roamer and Sniper. Keski wants to get that DuMmTm frag, gets no scope, goes down. Ooh, Dr. Phil is forced to pop his Uber in grass. This is not ideal for Lego. They're going to be moving on to mid here. Wonderland sitting very popped their Uber off onto Siki and onto Wanzu. They find Domo, cleaned out one, but Seppu on top left. They don't really have eyes onto Seppu. He's above the point. He's going to try and get out. He's not going to make a play onto the combo, but play from Wonderland are in. They're moving through grass. Zinner almost goes into that 1v1 with Seppu. Goes away from that. Lego does not have the numbers to try and contest this. They're sitting in lobby. Hope that maybe DuMmTm can find a Zarker pick. Not much he can do, though. Lego, they somehow have landed themselves on their own last one.
Yeah, that's the power that just popping Uber second can have sometimes, because they still drop the players at the beginning of the Uber exchange, if you want to call it that. One of the players did, but so much later that they were able to roll back the space they lost pretty quickly. and forced Lego all the way back here. And now it's pretty much even Uber's Debol. Some sniper again, trying to find some picks this way, and obviously sitting on last. It's both good and bad. Obviously getting the picks can be easy, but on the other hand, the other team can just refuse to pick the sideline. And with a tight scoreline, the other team can afford to not do anything at all, so sooner or later somebody has to do anything.
Sooner or later. Well, the mole's on sniper, so he's gonna try to do something. See if it also will be successful attempts. He is quite weak.
Left side.
Gets a lot of space on right side here. Wonderland's kind of half holding lobby, but they're mostly just holding under. But Keski goes down to a sticky trap from Zen in that lower doorway. Lego getting some space in lobby now. Primzilla jumping in, makes some space for DuMmTm to try and get some picks in, but he can't really get in. Some hiding Wonderland players are going to be forcing him away. Primzilla's sack isn't quite effective. Right now they're up a player. They're trying to maybe send a sacking player in, but there's not really an opening for them to play off of. And right now, Lego gets their player back up. We're back where we started. Wonderland's still in a bit of a hold outside, perhaps, just letting Lego kind of take lobby. But this is not.
Yeah, with how much freedom they give Debol, it's just really surprising that they just let this happen so much. So they just completely opted to just not contest lobby at all right now, trying to mildly go in from the lower area. Slowly get it. Keski sees that Debol is still positioned left side, and it is Wonsu making the play here, coming in deep, but not really finding anything. It's the second jump by Keski that's supposed to bring the goods, but that's still not happening. Dr. Phil serves that one out, double soldier sack, not too successful, and Lego can now safely take even more space than they have been previously.
Well, this is the tried and true double soldier sack. The plan is to try and recontest second, but it doesn't work when both your demo and your scout dies before you try and re-aggress it to second with your spawners. Lego gets this point for free. They keep moving with this DuMmTm sniper. And no spawners just yet for Wonderland. So there's still only 4 up, so Lego might even be able to get mid off of this as well. A little bit of a trade soldier demo, but a headshot finds Wanzu. Zarker being forced as well. Siki is going to help him out to try and at least force the Uber from Dr. Phil. They're trying to get out through kitchen. A big chase from the Lego scout Seppu. He's going to try to get that med pick. Zarker gets out 40 HP. Try to keep his demo alive, but his demo will go down. The rest from Wonderland is going to be forced to leave the premises as Wanzu gets the fort spawn, but nobody else. It's still 6 players for Lego just stacking mid. They deny the Cha-Cha forward spawn. There's a hiding play from Wanzu though. He's gonna go and try and collapse on the DuMmTm of all players. Doesn't really find that frag either. Keski tries to find a trade frag with Primzilla, does not find that. There is a Zinner sniper on balcony. Misses the headshot
Siki
barely.
What happened to Siki?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What was that? Seppu confused as well. Primzilla in lobby finds Zarker as well. This is just kind of falling apart for the Poles right now as Domo is jumping in very aggressively together with Primzilla. They're standing on the point. Nobody can contest. It's going to be the first round going to Lego.
Yeah, I don't. Well, let's put it this way: the U exchange on mid initiated from Wonderland was just not going well at all. They popped first. They had to wait so long until Phil eventually used, and at that point they already dropped away too many people to begin with. So just a really bad exchange all around for them, and Lego just got so much space for it really easily and just played it from there really well. So first round to Lego as we go into the second mid fight.
Second mid. It's not really too eventful just yet. Keski sitting in his team's kitchen this time, waiting eagerly for when he bombs in, but Domo is going to be the one to bomb in first, start going very aggressive. It gets Zarker, gets the med down, but 2 players going down for Lego. No soldiers. Wanzu bombs in aggressively, goes down to a scout. Keski also going down to a scout. Cha-Cha also going down to a scout. It's just Siki against 3. He is going for the big flank play, which is spotted by DuMmTm. He's going to be sitting in cheese. He's going to just try to see if he can get any spawners. I'm very curious to see if he will. There's a Solly. There goes Domo. Primzilla does not go down, but Domo, sometimes, just doesn't work out.
Yeah, and Lego is slowly coming into this in terms of mid fights. This time they didn't even wait a long time, just straight onto Zaka with a single soldier. Works out perfectly. Nothing much being able to quickly enough protect him. And from there they just like backed off, waited for people to come their way. Something that hasn't been, not even just going well, just hasn't been even attempted by Wonderland much at all. So they played the safe after the big pick, and
Zinner with a really wide
just so
peek from
valuable.
Cheese here. Trying to get onto Phil, but he can't get this shot off in time. Lego's going to hold on to their ad as they are moving into lobby. And no sniper to fear. They can walk straight into the lobby for free. Just kind of clearing all the angles, making sure there's no random Keski hide and drop down or anything. Seppa's going to be walking through that shutter door. Dr. Phil immediately tanks a rocket, pops his Uber off. Lego needs to try and clear these stickies, but the Uber is being popped by the poles as well. Wanzu gets 2 with it, and Seppu does eventually get a response frag, but there goes Cha-Cha, Wanzu, Zinner, all getting frags of their own. Everyone goes down for Lego. It's a full wipe, and Wonderland pushes out of last.
I wish I could see some of that, but my game refuses to work right now for a little bit. So that's unfortunate timing.
Alright, well, I'll try to keep you updated with what's going on. Wonderland still with the Uber advantage, moving on through into mid. There is a Domo hider on that little slanted roof. He's not spotted. He walks through around the demo. He's on the Zarka, gets 1 good rocket, but that's the only thing he's going to do. Quick reaction from the Polish scouts to try and take that sacking soldier out. They're going to be moving through grass here quite aggressively. DuMmTm is in position on that battlements area to try and get some headshots onto unsuspecting Polish players, but he's not going to hit anything as Wonderland just gets relatively free entrance into second. They're going to up. They're going to be trying to move into lobby as well. The Uber is almost up. It's up now. Some off classes coming up for Lego. Siki is going to be the one to take this Uber through shutter. The combo from Lego is going to be moving into spawn. Siki tries to play the point, gets a decent amount of cap time, but eventually falls. It's 2 down for 2 for both teams. Hesky tries to boat though, together with his demo, but in the end, it's Zarker, Cha-Cha versus DuMmTm and Phil, and Zarker is just on the point with his Uber saw, trying to get frags, trying to fight this Dr. Phil medic. He gets the arrow eventually. Cha-Cha gets the frag as well, and Wonderland somehow make that push work. It's gonna be 1-1.
What's this? I come back. My internet finally works again, and I hear you excited. What happened?
Excited times. Yeah, they won the round. Wonderland somehow in a 2v2. Some Uber saws being flown around with Zarker and Dr. Phil both trying to find some saws. Eventually, just in complete chaos, Wonderland win it. It's 3rd mid though. It's about halftime. It's all tied up. Either team can still win this map. Neither team really showing much initiative, just like all the other mids. Wanzu wants to peek top left though, but gets spammed down really hard. Zen is going to be the one to stand on the point, tries to push over. Permzilla jumps on top, gets Wanzu quite weak. He's forced to get off of the high ground. Domo takes that space, jumps through, but gets completely denied by the scouts. Permzilla jumps in afterwards, gets onto Cha-Cha. Siki goes down to DuMmTm as well. Perm is still not cleaned up. Eventually he goes down. DuMmTm behind tries to get onto Zarker, try to get that force. A disconnected Lego gets the force onto Zarker. But now the scouts link up. The Uber's about to fade for the poles. A scout tries to deny Seppu and DuMmTm's chase onto Zarker. Wanzu tries as well. Wanzu finds 1 scout, then gets cleaned up, and the mid eventually goes the way of Lego.
As it turns out, there's a 3.9 megabit teamfortress 2 update that just caused my game to crash and forced to update it. So that's great. I wonder if that will happen to anyone in the game.
Perhaps. If the server goes into auto update as well, that would be quite awkward. But Lego currently are the ones in control of the server, and they're one in control of the pace of the game. They get the trade in window, but they're gonna get the second point with only that small resistance, little roamer trade. The Uber is not yet up, but they do have the big advantage. DuMmTm gets a weird little trade demo for Scout, which is pretty good for Lego. And want to peek left side a little bit. There's a lot of off class though on the side of Wonderland that could deny any non-Uber players from entrance into last, so they're going to be waiting. The Uber is up now. Wanzu almost gets caught in drop down, but just barely survives. Seppu and Zen try to roll this Uber really quickly through Shutter. Seppu tries to play the point, gets a lot of time. A great reflect pipe from Siki gets Zen. And DuMmTm and Domo, the only players left for Lego. DuMmTm is completely trapped, but somehow finds the Pyro Frag. Oh, but unchecked. He gets Wanzu as well. Zinner now in a 1v2. Needs to find the frag onto Domo. Finds that, but now needs to win the 1v1 against DuMmTm. And DuMmTm wins. It's going to be 2-1 for Lego.
I come back and I see Demo just walking over people, so that's an interesting development. And Lego back in the lead after a pretty strong round, admittedly, from Wonderland. So they're still fairly in this 14 minutes, a little bit less left on the server. And the strong mid is something that Wonderland has been lacking so far on this map.
Yeah, it's just these soldiers jumping over from Lego that are just not really doing Wonderland any favors. They're showing a lot of presence right now. Wanzu jumping in very aggressively. Keski onto top right as well, taking all the positioning he can get. The scout's very aggressive as well, but Perm wants to jump over the point himself, but he doesn't really do much. Zen, DuMmTm going down. Perm obviously loses his life as well to Siki. Siki finds another soldier frag. Phil is the only one alive on last. Wonderland wins the mid, and relatively clean too.
Yeah, I feel like that was the most aggressive bit they had. They mostly had relatively passive approaches, maybe stand on the high ground, try to spam, but not too huge committal stuff on the mid fights from them so far. And now they switched up, works out just fine, gives them advantage on us as well. Wanzu a little bit disconnected, just in really early for a pick. Maybe targeted on the medic, that still wouldn't have meant too much.
We're coming through onto both scouts for Wonderland through Shutter. They get the heavy down eventually, trying to focus on some more frags. They get a scout. Permzilla coming from behind from drop down, trying to get some frags as well, but Keski finds two, eventually self-destructing, and the Uber coming through for Lego just onto Perm. Zarker's just sitting there in front of forward spawn, but Wanzu and Chacha are going to be jumping in just before the spawners from Lego coming in, trying to get this cap just from under their noses. They're trying to get these frags, but they just can't pull it off. They're too weak. Wanzu tries what he can, goes down. Chacha trying to get out through lower, and just to survive, but Lego holds last. They get some Uber advantage from it too, from that little Zarker death as well. Lego moving through onto second. A scout, Zinner behind, going for the backup. It's actually Siki as well. Are the pulls here to block it as well? They are, and the double scout backup comes through. Zinner and Siki cap it up, and Wonderland tie it up once again. Yeah,
Wonderland can be happy to win this round after all, because they were so close to just being able to just play off an Uber advantage if they just prioritized the med over the point at the end of that fight. But they wanted the point so much more, and they still wanted it after that. So backup played is, and Domo just walked past the scouts hiding right behind him, and that lack of awareness is costing them a lot.
Yep, it's 11 minutes left, and once again, it's all tied up. Wanzu jumping in aggressive really far into Saw. He does not die, but his scout is in. Siki is so aggressive. Finds the demo early. Keski eventually loses life, but the players from Lego are so weak. Prime for the cleanup. Domo goes down. Phil is dead as well. Seppu, DuMmTm, and Perm have like a combined health of like 200. There goes Seppu. Oh, on the point! He gets Zarker. Oh, Perm is the only one alive. He's not going to be able to win the mid for Lego, but the med goes down. Dr. Phil is going to be spawning early, so the ad will be in favor of Lego, but the mid does go to the poles.
And this could have been kind of prevented as well, but Monsoon just wanted the med pick so desperately that he chased much longer than just tried to kill Scout. So with that Perm with the jump straight onto Sad Man, takes him out directly. Now kill it is onto Keski, but it will be a trade in the end.
Wonderland really wanted that second point. They did not have heals or anything really, but they were just standing on the point saying, Lego, we will cap this point up. Didn't really work out, but there's a bit of a backup going on. Zinner trying to go behind. He's getting chased up by like 3 Lego players. Zen beefs his pipes and does go down to Zinner's scatter gun. So there will be a demo frag for Wonderland to potentially play off of, but it's 2-2. It's tied up. They don't really want to take risks just yet.
You say that like they haven't just like...
Well,
like,
they don't want it...
They full team stacked or blocked the point to try to make
perhaps,
so
perhaps
I
just
I don't think they care about taking risks or not. They just want to play no matter what.
Just yet was maybe not the right choice of words, but they put Zinner on Sniper, Going for that aggressive sniper this time. Gonna try to see if he can find any picks at all. Maybe find that fill frag. Maybe find, I don't know, perhaps Zen. You know, we'll see what he can do. He's in Saw, holding a little bit of an unorthodox angle, peeking out of Saw into Cheese here right now. This is less, a bit more orthodox than it was before. He's just sitting here, just waiting. Perm is periodically peeking into Saw, but not really looking for a soldier pick. You're looking for a big, high-impact demo med pick. But you see, DuMmTm is going to go on to Sniper as well, so it's going to be a Sniper v Sniper showdown here on Snakewater second. DuMmTm, oh, Zinner gets a complete free peek onto Dr. Phil, but does not hit it. The combo from Lego wants to go and trade this now, but the meta's already out. Zarker just completely pieces out of Saw, and this Uber being popped for not much. And now the Poles get a free Uber into second. Zarker gets forced by Primzilla, so it's not the most ideal pop for Wonderland, but Demos flying through the air, getting flashes. But DuMmTm with the mid-air air shot or headshot onto Cha-Cha, and then also Keski as well. Completely stops Wonderland dead in their tracks. It's Zisiki. He finds Seppu. He's going to try to maybe get some kind of second frag. Maybe get Zen here, actually, who overextends. Oh, but DuMmTm with his third headshot of his life. Gets another one. The soldiers in onto Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil's 20 HP. Wanzu going down as well. Keski wants to try as well in a hiding spot, but whew, Lego. They're capping up mid right now.
Yeah, Lego's Uber exchanges, much like last time, have been significantly stronger, and the Demo sniping like this definitely helps that quite a bit. Keski's still hiding. He wants that he gets one big rocket, hits the second one. That's a dead medic, and maybe that sniper's one. Keski will try. No, Demo is still popping off.
Oh, how does he hit those? Well, not ideal. I mean, you really want to try and get that sniper pick as well to go to mid, but Wonderland still, they have the 65% Uber advantage. They find a soldier in window as well, so no real opportunity for Lego to potentially sack onto Zarker either. They're going to be moving in the poles. They're going to be moving through kitchen with their heels, going to straight into Lego. They don't have the Uber up just yet. Zarker wants to take it slowly. You know, you don't want to just drop players before the Uber is up. They get onto the point. Lego just completely gives it up. DuMmTm has no angle onto Zarker, and none of the players really want to contest. DuMmTm actually going down, but a Sicky trade coming in through. But the Uber will be popped now onto Wanzu. He's going to try and get onto Domo in Cheese. Keski finds Zen. Only one pick for Wonderland right now. They can put a scout on second and try to get into last very aggressively. Wanzu wants to go through left side, but just can't get through. Keski tries to jump in from right side as well. He's going to get denied by scouts and heavies. And Wonderland going to be moving back into second. Lego with their full ad are going to be moving on through into second.
And they always want just this little bit too much, and in the end it costs them much more than they can afford to at this point do second. As well as potentially even more than that. They have not anywhere close to being an Uber and Lego is, so 20% is that still. Lego probably will waste too much time becoming into mid to the point where Zaka will have the time, but the Devilman will not output, and with Zinner being a respawner, Lego can still take the space here.
Zarker, yeah, Zarker just has to back off. Wanzu jumps in to maybe force Dr. Phil, but it doesn't really work out. They do get Keski on the forward spawn, but Cha-Cha's forward spawn will get denied. Lego is going to get free entrance into second. No Sticky. Sticky jumps in very aggressively to try and catch the combo off guard, but he loses his life. And Wonderland, they're forced to go to last.
Yeah, Keski's play is not quite on point in this map as much as on Gully Watch, so oftentimes he just like blindly jumps, hopes for the best, but doesn't really find too much like this time. Not really much happening with this jump, but he will spawn before Lego has to try anything for last, so that's a little bit better for them now. They have switched Siki to Pyro, Zinner to the Engineer, so plus
the soldiers in! Big bomb from Domo. Doesn't really get denied either. Tries to go for the air shot at the Zarker. His scout is in as well. They force the Uber off. The Mole's even going to get out from that as well. 2 soldiers down for Lego, but the Uber force is going to be more important than that. Wonderland's pushing on through. They're trying to, but they have too many off classes. They can't do it.
Yeah, they're just scared of the stickies, and it wouldn't waste too much time at that point. It's clearly not worth it anymore. to push against players who are spawning at that time with an uber disadvantage as well. So they're just patiently sitting on last, waiting what Lego's trying to do here.
Yeah, well, Seppu goes down to the sentry as the Uber gets popped. They're getting quite denied as well. They get Cha-Cha eventually, but Zen trades. Zarker's so aggressive in lower though that he's gonna die. He will perish as Lego wants to see if they can get into last with their heals. DuMmTm's on the point alone. He goes down to spam and damage from 4 different Polish players. And Wonderland is going to be going on to second. Lego is going to try to contest this with their heals. They might not be able to block it, and Wands is going to be jumping very aggressively onto the combo. Is going to try to find a Dr. Phil frag or anything. But Zinner and Siki also going down on the point. Cha-Cha dead as well. Wonderland is down 4 players. It's just Keski and Zark against 6 Lego players. They're capping
Maybe
the point.
will spawn, but it would still be such a huge task. And here comes
Keski. Good start though. Keski first gets the air shot onto the jumping soldier, goes onto the point, gets Domo quite weak but dies. Wanzu and the Pyro gets a demo. It's all just chaos as all the Wonderland players are just trying to get onto point, try to block it, but the Scouts reign supreme. They cap the point. Lego are up 3-2.
Yeah, and that was just the classic Snake Water second bait. Just why care to win the fight on last if you can just wipe them on second and just quickly cap the point. Maybe not quite as clean as Lego hoped for, but in theory that's basically what they wanted to happen pretty much. Just have them come to second where they were just waiting to collapse onto them and work just fine.
It's 3-2. It's 3 minutes left. It's the same scoreline we saw last map. Will Wonderland be able to put it into a golden cap this time? We'll see as Keski goes down quite early in this mid. Cha-Cha as well. Wanzu in Saw trying to do some distracting from the Lego players. It does work out quite well as Primzilla and Domo overextend and go down to the Scouts from Wonderland. The Scouts just push over the point. Zenith and Seppu go down. Phil is caught in Saw, and DuMmTm, last one trying to leave, goes down. It's a complete wipe for Lego.
Yeah, really nicely done off of Wanzu just being annoying behind. Lego, if they wanted to have a way out through Saw, they needed to take care of that at some point, and great timing by the Scouts to just rush forward, move straight over Domo and whoever else was left at that point. Just really strong stuff, and they have little time left to bring this back to a golden cap.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes left, but they have the full Uber advantage, so they're not going to be waiting the full 2 minutes to push right now. They're going to be moving Zarker through lower. Seems like he's going to be able to make it through mostly safely. DuMmTm's not really watching the lower.
Sticky trap is then just on the land.
It's an unorthodox sticky trap that might just catch a player off guard, but Wonderland is in on the point. Siki spots it immediately. Scouts are playing the point. The sticky trap still kills the Scouts anyway, but they cap it up anyway. Keski on that paint chain gets the X4 on the point together with Zinner, and it's 3-3, but there's about a minute and a half left, so it could still end in regular time, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is where the mind games come in. You either play super passively or super aggressively, and it could just go really bad for one of the teams depending on how they approach it now.
We'll see how these teams will approach it. It's looking like Domo's going to be hiding in Saw, waiting for Wanzu to go into Saw for that hiding play. Keski jumps in very aggressively. Wanzu's into Saw, sees Domo, sees Zen as well, trades with Zen. But it's looking like a good mid for Lego as the Scouts are going down to Soldier Bombs. Zarker goes down. It's just Cha-Cha, and it's a wipe for Wonderland as Lego wins this mid. Not being too keen on capping up the point, though. They're just now putting some players on it. Scout capping, moving on through onto second. Soldiers are already ready to cap that as well. All the spawners from Wonderland are in. The Uber being built by Seppu. It's going to be about 20 seconds left when Lego does eventually cap the second point. Dr. Phil, Perm, and Seppu are already in lower, moving through onto the last point from Wonderland. A Pyro straight in their face. Siki trying to just buy time for his team. He does go down. Seppu's on the point, playing the point. He's going to get the heavy down the sticks off the point. Cha-Cha and Wanzu are the only players left. Cha-Cha with a big sticky trap, kills 3 players. Domo stays alive through all of that, and Domo caps the point off with 22 HP, and that's going to be it. Lego wins the map 4-3, end the series 2-0. Congratulations to Lego. Are you okay, Dum? seem a bit shell shocked. Perhaps he's not here. Interesting. Well, it was quite a close series. I mean, both of these maps went to one round difference, like 3-2 on Gully, and then 4-3. It almost looked like it was going to be 3-3 Golden Cap on the second map. Really good attempts from
there we go, I'm back.
from the Poles, but hello, and
that happens
yeah,
every
good.
time I cast Polish people. It just they DDoS me, I swear.
You know, I don't know about that. Permzilla again with the 30 bomb on pocket, 30 and 20, 372 DPM. I mean, 7 air shots, Maybe there's some frag movie material in there, but man, Perm once again showing up. The Mole really showing up on this game as well. I mean, looking at these logs, I see like 2 players from Lego really standing out, and then I see a lot of like relatively even scores from Wonderland, which is a bit interesting, seeing as it was such a close game. It was 4-3, but if you could maybe look at like the team damage stats and the overall stats over on the second page. Yeah, this is what I thought. Lego really looked like they really out DM'd well, maybe not out DM'd, but they definitely got a lot more damage and kills and a lot more like player advantages over Wonderland.
I'm still surprised that we see what I hyped up Wonderland will do, which is like pocket tank with Onsu, just happened with Lego basically on both maps. Term taking so many heals. This time he takes more damage than Onsu too. So that's a little bit surprising to me. I definitely saw quite a bit of that on Wonderland going into this. So yeah, I'm really surprised by that in comparison.
I find something kind of funny on these stats. If you look at the mid wins, you see 4 mid wins for Lego and 3 mid wins for Wonderland, but they don't really correlate with round wins. Like as you can see, the first 3 mids were won by Lego, and then the next 3 mids were won by Wonderland, and you see that they kind of just trading around rounds. It's a bit interesting, but I mean, just man, the Permzilla pocket, man, and then the Demul scout. I mean, Demul's a very accomplished scout. I mean, he played I think like 1 or 2 seasons on like a Prem French team, but maybe not accomplished, but a Prem scout. And then Permzilla showing that medic scout, they're good, but he can also be the one. He can also play the role of the one being healed, which is quite nice. Go over to the next page for the heal stats just to see if the perm tank came through on this map. Yeah, there it is. The 30% heals for Permzilla. Once again, not hitting the 10k mark, but still getting most of the heals. And yeah, just Perm, man. He takes the heals. He converts it into damage, into frags. He's doing quite well.
Can't wait for 7 Permzilla next season again.
I mean, Captain, basically sounded like a Brit. So really, if you think about it,
if you really think about
Captain,
it, they need to replace Tyguard sooner or later. So
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he is ready to pound.
I don't know about that theory, but let's look at the other side. We got the Wonderland heal stats as well, and I see 29% on Sicky, and that kind of makes sense because if you think about it, one thing that was really weird about this map was that Wonderland was constantly sacking players in. Like whenever they lost holds or like lost a fight, their soldiers would just sack. And I know that definitely has something to do with the fact that Wanzu and also Keski, but mostly Wanzu has such lower heals as opposed to Sicky, the pocket scout, who I mean also played like a pyro a lot, and yeah, he got to play a lot of Beam Scout in this game, and he did quite decently on Beam Scout as well. Not to say that he did the heals were undeserved, but it wasn't the Wanzu tank that I was led to believe or I expected. But yeah, we'll quickly go through the other couple pages to see through. We got some matchup stats. These seem to actually one stat that's actually really interesting. is the Domo Keski stat, because Domo was playing Roamer and Keski was playing Roamer, and you see a 6-0 for Domo, so he dominating the flank
Yeah, and that's
quite
something they
well.
needed after how Gallios went, just like constant chaos on the flank. And they started out with a little bit of that, not too much, and they definitely like adapted to that quite well, and they really needed to. Like we still had some backup attempts here that went through as well. The one that they obviously won around with, the other one that just like caused so much chaos that they somehow managed to close the Uber percentage gap despite still losing Zaka in the fight.
Yeah, well, it's really it was so chaotic, man.
Yeah, and
Sacks
you
everywhere.
could tell that Wonderland just wanted sad chaos, but as the series went on, Lego just more and more was able to deal with it. And speaking of Lego, here we have some of them,
Ooh.
and U2 and Charger, so 2 of each team.
Yeah, we got some winners, we got some losers. Well, for our winners, we got Dr. Phil and the Mole. Say hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
And for the losing team for Wonderland, we got Cha-Cha. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and Wanzu, which I also hope I'm pronouncing correctly.
Yeah, you do.
Nice,
Hello, guys.
nice. I'm not a crapcaster. This is good. All right. Well,
Debatable.
all right. You know, I wasn't. You can just not throw me under the bus right now, but it's fine. So here we are. It is a win for Lego. We got. It was really close. We got 3-2, 4-3, and the first map is obviously Gully Wash. That was Wonderland's pick. What was exactly like? You guys lost it 3-2. How do you think this happened? Like, did you guys?
We just
Did you
made
ever,
the,
yeah?
yeah, we just made a lot of stupid mistakes. Like, it wasn't like the whole fault of the team. We just made some stupid mistakes, like people dying on the choke or dying on the second point out of nowhere, like from the picking mole, and that's it, I guess. Same on Snakewater.
Yeah, but first half was great, and then something broke. I don't know what happened.
Well, Lego, you guys are hearing Wonderland, say that they messed up. But do you guys think that you guys did really well? Do you guys have anything positive? Do you think that you guys really destroyed these polls, or what do you guys take on this series?
We played really badly. There you go.
We got owned on every fucking mid. I think we won one mid, the rest we just got destroyed on.
Yeah, like the mids were like later on it went kind of even, especially on Snake, but
Yeah,
it
but
started
Gully,
out really tough on the mid fights. Yes, definitely. Like the saving
Gully, it was
grace
not
was
great.
mostly that you killed Zaka every time.
Domo, the hero, just killed Medic almost every mid. You hear that, Zarker? It's about you. So learn some fucking things.
Maybe it's about the people that don't shoot people coming his way.
Maybe we're too focused on me. Who knows? No, it was just a bit messy. Like we let Domo kill our medic pretty easily. Just not focusing on the things that jumping on our medic.
Well, knowing what went wrong is obviously good to like fix those mistakes going forward. So could be worse. I mean, it's stupid to say after you just lost the grand finals, but hey,
it
it's
could
always
be like 5-0, right?
Yeah, exactly. It was really close in the end still. So despite stuff going wrong, you just were able to still pull it back almost every time.
So before the game started, me and Dome were trying to figure out what the class composition was going to be for Lego this game. Is there like any logic to like the lineup you guys are using, or are you guys just like taking Lego players that like show up and then just put them on random classes?
Well, we're missing like 3 of the main rosters today, so we just found people like you can play, and then we see who will play what when people show up, basically.
That's an effective strategy, I guess, perhaps.
Yeah, it worked.
I feel like there's a missed opportunity to call this like off-classing Lego Mega Blocks or something.
Perhaps. The off-brand with the off-brand Zen demo, and perhaps I don't know. It is really interesting to see people play on their off classes though, like because like Lego's like a team,
Yeah,
you know,
but
that people know.
still, it's a very experienced team, and
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, they can play on whatever class they want, and still they will be a solid team, like they just proved.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's true.
Well.
Well, if that's the case, then you guys should be like still quite proud of how well you did, regardless of that. So
We are
Still quite an
really
improvement.
proud to be on the second place, even though like we have the one in our hands, but still lost it by mistakes. But still, we are proud. We made it on the second place, and that's good for us.
Does that mean we'll see Div1 winning Wonderland next season?
I hope so, but Ziner won't play the next season, so it's really bad for us because he's like a very good scout. He's the best scout I know from Poland. He's even better than Wonder used to be. So yeah, we'll try to make something that so we can play in Div 1 and try to win this. We don't know it yet if we are gonna have like strong scout.
Well, I would like to see you guys play in Div 1. I'm very much a fan of these like national teams that, you know,
Yeah, it will
play.
be.
Yeah,
It's
very cool.
still it's like the first Polish team that plays on this level, so I guess it's pretty good.
It's very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
On the other side, I mean, there's always like the word flying around, like Lego won't play next season. But let's not maybe talk about like Lego as a whole, but just players. Like who can we expect to see in the future again of the Lego squad?
Like Zen and Ingi are not playing next season. And the rest, it's kinda shaky, I guess.
Yeah, there's no telling really yet what's gonna happen with the rest of us.
And I don't know, we might do something for LAN, the next
Mhm.
one.
Ooh, another land demo,
Yeah,
a rare
I mean,
occasion.
Oh my god.
only if no one has any team, you know?
I
So we'll
appreciate that
see.
you're like shit posting on Twitter while you're saying that.
It's important that as when you're a Div 2 winning, you know, scout main as DuMmTm, that you always are able to multitask.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Are you calling this interview boring?
No, I mean, you know, I'd like to
This
play
is
everything.
upsetting. All right, you know what? all right.
Okay,
Can
Demon, if you want to make
can I
it more
mute this
exciting,
man?
then like give us some hot takes. Say something controversial to make it exciting.
Yeah, HiipFire is a good caster.
Aww.
Too
It's
bad I made the
controversial.
joke earlier.
That's very nice. All right. Well, if it's so boring, I think it's time to, unless we have any actual insightful questions to ask, which
I never had any to begin with, so.
all right. Well, my pool of questions has run dry, so we're gonna go into the shout out section of this post game section. We're gonna go alphabetically, obviously. So we're gonna go from the top. We're gonna start with Cha-Cha, who is not here.
He died,
Perhaps?
probably.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
We'll
peace,
remember
yeah.
him.
Sorry, pardon.
Do you have any shout outs, Cha-Cha?
Yeah. Can I speak in Polish?
Sure,
Sure,
go
yeah.
for it. I trust you to not say anything compromising on this stream.
Won't be rusty. Pozdrawiam Ole.
It's his girlfriend.
And cheers for my team, and I hope we'll play next season together. But Zinner won't play, maybe. That's all.
All right. I have faith that was PC. All right. The mole, hit me.
Yeah, shout out to the boys in the chat. That's all.
Beautiful. Phil.
Shout out to all the players playing in Lego this season, all the mercs you got in and being able to play and helping us win. Shout out to Sammy and to our manager Amy and to Sammy for looking after Amy in the hospital. And shout out to Hux.tf that is coming up next weekend.
Ooh, yes.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. Dumb.
Don't
Got
forget
any
that.
shout outs?
Shout out to my sister for having Netflix run the entire time, so I lagged tremendously the entire game and crashed like twice. Shout outs to German internet for making that an issue in the first place. Shout outs to all the fucking Polish shitposts in chat in this game and basically whenever I cast any Polish games ever.
Shoutouts to all the big shoutouts to whenever there's like a national team playing, all the shit
and
posters in
shout
the
out
native
to
language.
Polish Pope memes, which is apparently a thing, which I learned like which I learned a month ago for some reason.
Don't get baited, really, just don't get baited on
Yeah,
these
they came in my chat and talked about the Pope the entire time. It was
yeah. Just ignore this.
All right, Wanzu, you got any shoutouts?
Yeah, shouts to my teammates who played a really great season. Shoutouts to Shiki for managing the whole team and doing the strats for us. Shoutout to, of course, for the Lego for the great match. So we could learn some things from them. Shoutouts for the whole people in chat cheering for us. Sorry we disappointed you, but I hope we'll make it better on the next season.
It was an entertaining game. I don't think it wasn't that big of a disappointment. But to wrap this all up, yeah, I'll give some shouts. Shouts to my team, jumpto.net. Shouts to all the TFTB people who help get this cast in particular together, and also just keeping all the cast going. Shouts to DuMmTm for casting with me. Shoutouts to Gemm for doing production. Obviously, production always very important in these casts. Shouts.
Happy birthday, Pumzilla, as well. Very important.
Shoutouts to Primzilla, I guess, perhaps. But shoutouts to I completely lost my train of thought because of that.
Well, I'll just steal the opportunity and give also another shout out to Hugs.tv. Phil mentioned it, charity event in a week or so, and you should definitely tune in for that. It will be a great time for a great cause.
All your favorite Brits will be there, and also some other people, including
That doesn't sound like a lot of people.
Well, but yeah, it will be quite the cool event. I definitely recommend checking it out. There will probably be info on hugs.tf, and there will probably be like events on TFTV in case you forget and stuff like that. So that should be fine. And then just check out teamfortress.tv on Twitter, on the Discord, and the YouTube channel where all the VODs will be uploaded, including this game. Shoutouts to the teams, obviously. They duked it out. It was very entertaining to cast. I very much enjoyed it. Thanks to them. And from all of us here at TFTV, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.